Welcome back, all my Minecrafting friends. It is the player update for day 5 of the January 2015 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge, the Underground Challenge Reloaded. And if you thought that the deaths were over in day 4, well, they're not. Day 5 was a very deadly day. Let's start with Scody Garbetus. Not that he died. In his solo world, he worked on his zombie grinder a little bit, got it fixed up really nice, and got a carrot, and then he did some mining. Next is the team of Psycho SFK and Crazy Kinsey. They did some fishing. Their fishing in their last episode was really effective. They did some fishing in day 5, which wasn't as effective. Although they made bread, they expanded their fishing pond, and they made a fireplace. So it's looking nice. Next is the team of Technoscribe, Mike Deadman, and Momo. They had trees coming in. They went to the Nether, and Technoscribe burned up in the Nether. I haven't seen her episode of it yet, but either she stepped into lava or she got shot by a ghast. Not really sure. Maybe she slipped off a ledge. But Technoscribe burned up in the Nether. So that was sad. Which leaves Mike Deadman and Momo on their own again, just like last month. If you remember the Great Race, they finished up their team, just the two of them. Next is Baker Bell. Baker Bell made bread, did some mining, and a tree grew, so she's doing okay. Next is OG Games. OG was working towards food parity, but before he reached that, he walked into lava. Just walked right into it. It was some sort of a mistake, and he burned up and died. So that's 2 people burned up in day 5. Next we have Wild Trekker Plays channel. His daughter, apparently, Blob Basher, is continuing on without him because he died in the last episode in day 4. She's doing a pretty good job, though. She expanded the farm. She's working on stuff. She's not having food problems. Next we have Lightbringer. Lightbringer is planting more saplings in the Nether. He's gonna have a regular Nether forest going pretty soon. He did get caught on fire by a ghast fireball, but he recovered. He found some more red mushrooms, I should say, and collected glowstone and quartz. So, he's having a good time in the Nether. Next we have Cyan93. Cyan93 made some bread and worked on his tree room. Outfoxed is in the Nether. He stayed below 15 because I guess he was confused about the height rule. It doesn't apply in the Nether. And then he came back from the Nether. So he didn't get a lot accomplished in day 5. Next we have the team of John Fall and Raven. It's John Fall 92 and Raven. They got apples on day 5 and made bread. So they're doing good. And in his other daughter's world, John Fall and Maisie, they're eating stew. So they're not having food problems either. Next we have Rebel Guy. Rebel Guy was attacked by a ghast, but didn't die. He was collecting glowstone, and then he came back from the Nether. He ate some zombie flesh because he was out of regular food, but his trees are growing. So I think he's working towards food parity, but I don't think he's there yet. Next on the list is the solo world of John Fall 92. He dug out under the dungeon, and he trapped a zombie villager. So maybe he's planning on curing the zombie villager. Which, I have a question for you guys. If you get a potion from a witch, and you drink the potion, are you left with an empty bottle that you can use to on your brewing stand to make a new potion to possibly cure a zombie villager without having any sand? Let me know. Next we have Batheart MC. Batheart MC made a portal. He went to the Nether, and he came back. But he didn't get much accomplished in the Nether. I didn't notice that he found a fortress or even mushrooms. So I guess he's playing it really cautious in the Nether, and therefore did not get much of a return on his Nether investment. Next we have Star of Wisdom. Star of Wisdom made bread on day 5, so he's working towards food parity. Next on the list is Sweeter. Sweeter went to the Nether, collected glowstone, did some decorating. He made a lake. He's the one that's out on day 12 or 13 or 15 or something. Yes, he made an underground lake in his underground base in the overworld, and he also built a dock on his lake. So he's got a pretty good sized lake. It's probably bigger than my lake in my world, but I don't have a dock. Next we have the team of Magic Dad 76, Beto, Bunny, Craig, and Steam. They went to the Nether. They collected red mushrooms. They found quartz. Came back to the overworld and are making a big farm. And they also got some glowstone from the Nether. So they're getting building materials. Next we have Boonslayer. Boonslayer is digging out a very large, low room. He has a small farm in the center, which he would expand if he had dirt, but he hasn't found dirt yet. Or enough dirt. He hasn't found more dirt. So he is making bread, but it's just barely staying even with his hunger, so he needs more dirt. Next we have the solo world of Technoscribe. Fortunately, she still has her solo world to play in. She worked on the grinder a little bit. She's doing potato farming. Her trees are coming in, and she finished up her episode by doing some mining. Looking for diamonds, but so far not finding. Next we have Tim Obert, aka Captain Hook 5150. He's making bread and his tree, and he got a tree. So he's hanging in there. Next is Cherry Bitters MC. She collected quartz in the Nether. She came back and worked on the dungeon a little bit. Dug out the bottom of it, part of the bottom of it, and then she is breaking out like the bottom block and trying to hit them from Y15 without them actually dropping down, just standing in the bottom of the dungeon. The zombies are standing in the dungeon instead of dropping down. I think it works better to dig out underneath the whole thing and put a fence down so that they can't come get you, and then break out the bottom of the dungeon, and then they fall down at your level and you can hit them across the fence. But she'll figure out something. But she did get a potato from a zombie in day 5, so she can start potato farming. That'd be nice. Next is New Azusa. New Azusa, in his solo world, collected some apples. In day 5, he made bread. And his trees are growing. Next we have Greg C96. Greg C96's trees are also growing. He did some mining. He has a small farm. And he made a fireplace. So, doing a little decorating there. Next is the team known as Load Central. Load Central had their first death in day 4, and they had their second death in day 5. One of their players called Scotty Garbitas. No, Scott Garbitas. Scotty Garbitas. Scotty Garbitas was in the nether collecting mushrooms, but he didn't bring bowls with him, and he didn't have enough wood to make bowls or a crafting table or something, so he ended up starving in the nether because he forgot his way back, and he got lost, and he was going the wrong direction for part of the time. It was just a series of unfortunate choices on his part. So, yes, Scott starved in day 5, but they still have 3 players left. Baker Bell's one of them. Jesse Katz, I think, is one of them. And some guy, I forget his name. Sorry about that. I should have written it all down. But I was just calling you guys the Load Central team. Okay. And finally, we have Old Minecraft. Old Minecraft, in day 5, moved his potato farm to a new location, making it look nicer. And he started making a tree farm, but he still has some work to do on that before he actually puts down the saplings. He's digging out the ceilings and stuff, and making room for trees. And that takes care of day 5. I will see you all in day 6. This is Mike Daring signing out. How do I sign out? Okay.